This is a story about an explosion so powerful, it flattened an entire forest, shattered windows hundreds of miles away, and lit up the sky like the end of the world. But when investigators arrived at the scene, they found something impossible. There was no crater, no impact site, and no clear explanation for what had caused it. On the morning of June 30th, 1908, people across Siberia looked up and saw something terrifying. A blazing object ripping across the sky. Witnesses described it as brighter than the sun. A massive fireball moving at incredible speed over the remote wilderness of Tunguska. Then, without warning, the sky exploded. The blast was catastrophic. People standing more than 40 miles away were thrown to the ground. Windows shattered hundreds of miles from the explosion. Some witnesses said it felt like the earth itself had cracked open. Others described a shockwave that rolled through the landscape like a living thing. And then came the silence. Now, because the area was so remote, it took scientists years to properly investigate the site. But when they finally arrived, what they found was astonishing. More than 80 million trees had been flattened, entire sections of forest laid out on the ground like matchsticks. And every single tree pointed away from one central area, as if something enormous had detonated above them. But there was one major problem. There was no crater, no impact hole, no large meteorite fragments. Nothing. It was as if the object had vanished before ever touching the Earth. Researchers eventually concluded that whatever entered the atmosphere must have exploded in midair. An airburst, and the estimated force of that explosion was staggering. Hundreds of times more powerful than the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima. Now, over the years, theories about the Tunguska event have become increasingly strange. Some believed it was a meteor. Others suggested a comet fragment. There were theories involving secret weapons, alien spacecraft, even antimatter. And some of the strangest reports came from people living far away from the blast. Across parts of Europe, people claimed the night sky glowed unnaturally bright for days afterward. Atmospheric effects appeared thousands of miles from Siberia, as though the explosion had disturbed the planet itself. Today, most scientists believe an asteroid exploded high in the atmosphere before reaching the ground. But even with that explanation, the story remains deeply unsettling. Because the only reason this wasn't one of the deadliest disasters in human history is location. If that object had exploded over a major city, millions of people could have died instantly. Because Earth wasn't spared that day. It was lucky. And maybe it was warned.